What's going on, everybody? Rob here, Trev2323. Subscribe, like, and share. Boy, it just sounded like this is my first video, huh? Okay, either way, I'm showing you today how to do this. This right here is a shower hose thingy. Boop, 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 boop. You got the waterfall, which my grandson likes, the waterfall. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Either way, it clips right in there, okay? This is the regular shower head right here. Believe it or not, this hose and this waterfall was more expensive than this shower head. We went through so much shower heads, and this little $15 shower head was the best shower head over almost all the shower heads we had. Now this hose right here is actually meant to just be the shower head that you could take off and then you could use for the kids or whatever, the squinkles. That's what this is. This is actually the piece that goes on, so it could be like a hose, but I converted it because I like the pressure from this one better. It gets better pressure, and we just use this one when my grandson comes by. But let me learn you something what I did. Okay, so say you just had a regular shower head like this. This is actually a Moen shower head. Believe it or not, I picked it from the clearance section for 15 bucks. And it works amazing. But the shower head, this goes into the wall, but we got the clawfoot tub, so I added this on. So these right here, they screw in. All they do is screw in. If you have a little pipe wrench, it shouldn't be on that tight. These really shouldn't be on that tight. Now you're asking for a headache if you can't take it with just a little twist like this, and this is into the wall. You're asking for a headache because if you move this right here, this is gonna leak from inside the wall. So you're asking for a headache, but if you could just nudge this a little bit or put something to hold this and twist this off, these right here come off. And then a lot of times, if you're having water problems, you could look on that screen. There's a screen in there, and then you'll see rocks on that screen, because if you're in an old house, the pipes actually have like little rust deposits that'll come through there. So you could kind of push this in your hand. I'm using my camera, like hit this on your hand to get some of those rocks out there. Do not hit it in your sink. I learned my lesson. I cracked my sink one time, hitting it on the sink. Also, when you're putting this back on, this is a metal pole right here. This is a metal pole. When you screw these back on, this is plastic. So also before, I screwed it on too tight and I cracked this right here, so this leaked and I had to go get another one. Okay, so when you take all this off, use Teflon tape. Don't use pipe dope because you want somebody else to be able to get it off also. I'm pulling all this off. This is Teflon tape. Teflon tape actually will stop the leaks. And there's a certain way that you got to put this Teflon tape on. So let me try to get all this off right here. I do have some Teflon tape right here. This right here stops all the water leaks. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. See, there was, at one time before, there was pipe dope on there. That's what's called, pipe dope. So let me get the Teflon tape. Okay, here it is, pipe thread. Pipe thread 1/2 inch by 260 feet. Okay, now when you put the pipe thread on, you want it, see, you're gonna screw on the shower head this way. So you want to end the pipe thread this way. So when you put the shower head on, it tightens the pipe thread. You know you put your pipe thread on backwards if when you're tightening it up, it's knocking your pipe thread off. So this is the pipe thread. So I'm gonna have to put it around this way. I'm sorry with the camera, I'm trying to shoot it with one hand. So you put it around this way, so when you break it off, it's gonna end the way that it's screwed and it tightens up. That's good right there, you pull it tight. And then if you're leaking on the pipe thread, you didn't put enough on here. Now here's what I wanted to show you. Let me get in the light with the light behind me. Let me do this again. Okay, so this is the piece. This is the magic piece that splits it. You could actually have one piece for to go up to another shower head and have a shower head over you and a shower head in front of you. But this is what allows us to put the hose on the thing, and you either switch it between your shower head or you push the button and it comes out the hose. Push the shower head, it comes out the button, Push it the other way, it comes out the hose, okay? Now you see I got some Teflon tape out of there, so I'm gonna clean these off and then we're gonna put these on next. Okay, now you see I put Teflon tape on everything. Teflon tape on everything, and this is gonna be the first thing you screw in, but you gotta try to figure out, okay, this is gonna be for the shower head to come straight, and this is gonna be for the shower head to come straight, and this is gonna be, this one right here is gonna be for the shower head to come down the hose. Okay, so this is gonna be the thing you go on first, and like I said, don't tighten them that tight. If you tighten them too tight, you don't want them to leak, but you don't want them bogged down because you don't want them to crack, because I've cracked them before. So that's good enough. It shouldn't leak and it's not bogged down, and if it leaks, it's gonna leak in the shower anyways, okay? So then the next thing I'm gonna get is a shower head. Make sure there's not dirty in there, not as in dirty there's any rust deposits. Then you're gonna screw the shower head on next. Okay, I put a lot of Teflon tape, so I gotta try to get it started here. I'm trying to do this with one hand. Okay, the other piece may move a little bit. If you have two hands, you try not to let this move a little bit. So I'm gonna tighten this up and hold this straight right now. To be completely honest, this right here is like one of those pieces that it hooks on up here, and you could use it to shower, or you could unhook it if you want, and then you could use it for the little ones. And what I don't like about this is the pipe coming out the wall is a 1/2-inch pipe. That's a 1/2-inch pipe. But then the hose is a 3/8-inch hose, so the pressure goes down by the time it comes out to this right here. I really didn't like that, and this does not get a lot of air pressure. So water pressure. So let me show you what I did to get more water pressure. Okay, so this handle part right here comes apart. Let me try to get that right here. Okay, this comes apart right here. All right, and let me see what I'll show you right here. This washer, see this washer, was in here. And this stops all the water. This slows it down and it makes it energy efficient. So what I did is, I don't even know if I get that back on, but I'll show you similar. That was in there, so I went ahead and I got this little tool, and then I pulled this out right here. And then when I did that, it actually got a ton more pressure than with that washer. And now if you got a small hot water heater, or you got a water bill, yeah, it's going to increase your water bill by, I don't know how much it would, but it made a difference where this didn't have a waterfall before with that little waterfall thing, and now it does have a waterfall thing. So either way, that's one thing we did to get more pressure out, but I still prefer the pressure straight from the shower head. That's 1/2-inch coming right into the shower head on you. These are 1/2-inch, drop down to 3/8-inch, and then come out of here. So I took that out, and that made a difference. So next you gotta screw your hose on. So these right here does not need pipe dope, and let me show you why. Pipe tape, because there's a washer. See, there's a rubber washer in there. So you could just screw this on right here. Make sure these, I do all these with the washer. I do everything hand tight, and they shouldn't leak with the rubber washer. If they do, you could use a pipe wrench. Okay, but this hose right here, I'm gonna take off right now because it'll be easier. See, and there's a rubber washer in here. So even though I put Teflon tape up here, I really didn't need to, but this goes on the bottom part right here. If you want to learn how to shoot YouTube videos, it's really hard because you gotta learn how to work everything with one hand. Okay, now I want this sideways because the hose hangs in this way. So you're not gonna tighten up. You're gonna tighten it up enough where you think you get that hose hanging to where you want it to be at. And that's about right there. There's a rubber gasket in there. And then from there, you could go ahead and put your hose on. Make sure your rubber gasket's in there. And put your hose on right here. Now this is gonna move back and forth a little bit, and that's okay. But it's getting the purpose so when my grandson's over here, he could actually use the shower head. He doesn't like when the water comes from here. He prefers holding the shower head in his hand. So I don't want to stand in there because I'm kind of short, so put the cold water on. Okay, so you see it's coming out the shower head right now. I mean out this right now. That's actually on both the waterfall and here. But if you push this up right here, your shower head is coming on right there. Alright, so that's how you convert your shower head from one shower head to two different things that you could have. If you buy this, I personally don't prefer it. I think the water comes out the regular shower head and then have to go through all this or whatever. So I would actually buy that little piece to put both of them on. And you see right here, that could actually be tightened a little bit more. It got a little bit of leak on it. See right there? Tiny bit of leak on it. That's not gonna make it or break anything. So let me shut this off right now. And if that's gonna bother you, that tiny little leak that nobody else will ever see, but I just seen it, you could try giving that one more twist. And if you give that whole thing one more twist, that tiny leak will stop. But if you tighten it up too much, these are plastic, where you could actually crack that right there, because I've cracked one before. All right, either way, talk to you later. Subscribe, like, and share.